You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, YNR fans, we've got early weekly spoilers with Victor Newman targeted and Summer Newman hitting back hard. We are going to unpack all of this for you. If you have not, please reach down and click subscribe so you can follow me, Belinda from Soap Dirt, as we are here talking Young and the Restless 7 days a week. On early edition spoilers day, if you are a regular listener, you know that we always talk about what's happening this week on the CBS soap opera, just to set you up and give you context for the spoilers for next week. With that in mind, let's jump right into what's happening on Wednesday, July 10th on YNR. We have Daniel and Heather talking about leaving Genoa City to go to Portugal to visit her dad, Doug. Wouldn't it be nice to see Doug Williams on our screen again? I really miss Paul. So Sharon Newman is thinking about Cassie on Wednesday, thinking about her tragic and untimely death. When Lucy drops by to see Faith, and of course Lucy's dad had a big role in what happened to Cassie. And after Lucy leaves, Sharon talks to Faith about how she doesn't ever want to forget Cassie. That's why she pulls out the photo albums, looks at her pictures, and needs to cry it out sometimes because she doesn't want to ever forget her other daughter. Nate Hastings presses Audra about her working with Kyle. He tells her she should fire the guy, and she admits she cannot because her mystery investor insists that he be there. And Nate is pretty much just acting really jealous, which lines up. Summer and Kyle are bickering about Harrison. She doesn't want him moving out of the mansion. She is angry he isn't having these discussions with her. And Kyle plays the "you're not his biological mother" card and warns her, "Don't push me or you're going to come out of this the big loser." Summer wants Kyle and their son to stay at the mansion because their son is happy there and likes being around his grandparents, but Kyle is very smug and refusing to do so. Summer later confronts Daniel about talking to Kyle about her and giving him a heads up about the custody issues, and they wind up bickering. Daniel also has a conversation later on Wednesday with Sharon. They discuss the wreck that killed Cassie and the role he played that night and the guilt he still has in his heart. Heather talks to Lucy and does mention that Daniel's still haunted by the wreck that killed Cassie, and Lucy's very confused. And Claire admits to Kyle that she overheard him arguing with Summer, and she is very worried she's part of the problem. Despite her assurances to her granddad, it definitely looks like she and Kyle are heating up. Thursday, July 11th, Claire struggles to fit into the family. We've got Johnny and Katie back for this episode. Johnny Abbott is still fine with his new sister, Katie Abbott, not so much. As a matter of fact, not a bit. And I think she's going to continue pressing on Victoria to show Claire the door, but Vicky's not going to do that. Devon and Nate are scheming to outsmart Billy. I don't even know why we're still having these spoilers. They demergered the company. Last I checked, then Billy should not be Devon and Nate's problem. He shouldn't even be on their radar. Why is Josh Griffith tormenting us with more of this mediocre business plot? Meanwhile, Lily decides that she is going to make a risky move. Now, her I understand because she and Billy are supposed to be running Chancellor Abbott together, and she may want him out, but Billy shouldn't be the other guy's problems. It's so sloppy. Friday, July 12th. We're going to wrap up this week with Sally Spectra spending time with Summer Newman. Sally wants to make amends. She wants to make things right with Summer. I do wonder if this Kyle Harrison potential custody battle is bringing up some things for Summer, like specifically since Kyle mentioned she is not Harrison's bio mom. Of course, that's Tara Locke. And Tara Locke and Sally schemed together to get Summer out of the way professionally for Sally and personally for Tara. So if Summer comes in hot, upset about this whole thing, Sally may really be scrambling to go, oh, I wish I hadn't done what I did back then, you know? Chelsea Lawson lays out some ground rules. She's setting boundaries. I expect these are about Adam, maybe some stuff like we can't be alone together. We don't need to repeat that mistake we made in Baltimore. We need to be loyal to our partners. So we're not going to travel together. We're not going to be alone together. This, that, the other. We'll see how that conversation goes. Victor talks to Adam about his role running Newman Media and what he wants him to do in that capacity, which obviously is to lift Glissade up and give them a higher profile and make them look better while crapping on Jabot. Adam is going to be surprised by that. You know, Adam and Jack are friends. I don't know if he's going to like it, but Adam may want daddy's approval more than he cares about his past friendship. So he may just do whatever his daddy tells him to do. Now, stepping into July 15th through 19th, we're going to talk about why Victor's targeted and what Summer does next. So I believe next week we're going to see Sally suspicious. Adam seems off. And Chelsea is going to be awkward around Sally. Billy is also going to be wondering why Chelsea seems off since Baltimore. She's going to make excuses when he asks, like Adam is going to make excuses to Sally. And I just wonder if Sally and Billy are going to put their heads together and go, you know, they've not been right since they came back from this trip. You know, what happened? They're probably going to assume it's something about Connor, but if they keep digging, they're going to find the truth. Chelsea and Adam are going to keep fighting temptation, but they may turn to each other again because they already took the lid off that, you know, cat's out of the bag, that good stuff. Sharon seems to be on this gradual spiral. She seems increasingly lost, and I just wonder if Nick Newman is going to be there to help her. Lily, I believe, is plotting to make a move to demote Billy or oust him completely from Chancellor Abbott, and she may think that she can win over Jill on this big move because Jill isn't happy that Billy pushed for the demerger when his mom Jill didn't want it. Jill even took back her voting rights and voted against him, but her vote wasn't enough to carry it. So I do think that Lily might be able to talk Jill into letting her do this to get Billy out of the way, at least for now. Speaking of spoiled brats, Kyle Abbott keeps burning bridges in his life. He is deliberately burning bridges with his parents, Jack and Diane, with his ex-wife, Summer. He's working with Audra, but he doesn't like her, and he is definitely looking for the chance to burn the bridge out from under her and take the reins of Glissade alone. And, you know, he's griping to Daniel. Basically, Kyle is just lashing out all over the place. I think he's being really bratty. And I do wonder if Diane and Jack are just going to keep reaching out while he slaps their hands away. And Kyle increasingly feels like Claire is the only one that he can trust. And by the way, she may soon be Claire Newman. Officially, we've been calling her that, but looks like she might get a name change soon. Summer continues to gear up. She is thinking seriously about taking Kyle to court. And if she has to, I just wonder if Kyle's parents might side with Summer, which would really infuriate Kyle. But I could see them doing that if they know it means they will actually get to see the kid. And Diane and Jack get busy plotting to figure out how to get Kyle out of Victor's clutches. I'm sure they are going to blame Victor for a lot of the attitude Kyle is showing them. All right, those are our early weekly spoilers, July 15th through 19th. Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.